Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is May 22nd, 2024, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlight of the day, Ethereum, the cryptocurrency giant, soars over $700 in one day of trading. But first, looking at today's major economic events. So as a follow-up to the last interest rate decision from the FOMC, tonight at 8 p.m., we have an FOMC Meeting Minutes. It's partially a press conference as a follow-up to the last interest rate decision. In addition, today we have NVIDIA, the tech giant, coming out with their quarterly earning reports. Now, looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the British pound advances while looking at the indices, both the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ slightly higher. And looking at commodities, gold and oil taper lower. And as we look at the stocks, Tesla actually moving higher. The rest of the market's really mixed. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin retraces. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the British pound, a nice pivot to the up move. Two comments about it. One, we've breached our resistance area. Number two, the next resistance area is 127.86. So keep that in mind. We're inching closer to it. We're only about 40 pips away from it. So that might extend later today. So a nice move for the British pound. The rest of the pair is really unchanged. So I'm not going to focus them as much. But who would have thought that we would be back at this 127-ish level? Only a year and a half ago, we were trading out parity 1-to-1. So if we look at a weekly chart, just to give us perspective, we made a huge comeback for the British pound. Now it's pretty much on a longer time frame, still trading in a range, right? 128 the higher part, 123 or 120 even the lower part, but still it's a decent comeback for the British pound nonetheless. Okay, so let's just jump straight into commodities. Now looking at gold, looks like it's pivoting onto a support level. This 2416-ish level is supportish level, previous resistance, support. Now, the question is whether or not it's going to breach it or it's going to bounce off of it. Most likely it's going to bounce off of it, but it is setting up a wedge formation, something that looks like this. Okay, so keep that in mind as that might pivot to the upside as well. Jumping into crude oil, trickling down to its supportive level. Okay, $77 a barrel. We've been here before. Jumps between 79 and 77. There has been a couple times that we breached it just briefly below, but nonetheless, it's trading within this range, the bottom of the range. Nothing really to jump out at here. Now, looking at the U.S. markets, the Dow Jones inched higher yesterday. However, the NASDAQ inched new highs yesterday. Okay, didn't say anything because not major news. Now we've got today NVIDIA coming out with their quarterly earning report, so let's take a look at that because that's going to be a big one in play. Now it's at a threshold, it's at a resistance level on its all-time record highs. 958 is its highs right now, 950, so it may retrace still from this. Now we don't know what's going to happen. The news is only going to come out after the market closes in the US, which is at 10 p.m. South African time, so keep that in mind. And the markets are not going to be so easy to trade after that, but you want to know what's going on with it because it's a major player in the market right now. Now jumping into JP Morgan, yesterday we had a nosedive for JP Morgan after CEO Jamie Dimon kind of hinted that he was on his way out, stepping down, kind of putting, the mantle to someone else. And that's going to happen, okay? It's just a reality. Now it is bouncing off of that low, 196 to 199. We're only about 5 points away from our all-time highs. It's about 50%. Let's see what happens today. This is going to be an important play, especially with the FOMC come out with their statement today. Now, looking at the other tech stocks, all right? So Facebook is not trading much, just trickling down. Microsoft pivoted back to its all-time record highs. This is really important. And this one's really important because this is Microsoft who's pushing the NASDAQ higher. And it's a major player in AI, and that's really important to note as well. Now, the other major player is Tesla, which made a nice pivot to the up move. If we look at a 4-hour chart, it's on that 200-day moving average, and that's important because if it does break above it, that may be a signal that we're recovering for Tesla, and that might be a good direction. Now looking at Bitcoin and then looking at Ethereum. Bitcoin just shying and just trickling down just below 70K, but look at Ethereum. 37.38, over 700-point move in a couple of days. You know, that is huge. Now, what do you do with this? Okay, so I'm going to tell you what you can do with this. There may be a fade opportunity. This is a news event, okay? So just like JP Morgan made a correctional move, this may still make a correctional move. So you got to keep it on your radar today and see how it unloads after this news came out, this spike, and then the correctional move afterwards. So keep that in mind. This is Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.